students, today we will discuss a very important aspect in production and operation management, which is inventory management. So, inventory is the physical stock of items that a business or production organization keep in hand for efficient running of productions. So, these are quantity of goods which is owned and stored by the business that is intended either to resale or to be used as a raw material for production of finished goods. So, if we come to the definition of inventory, so it is inventory is the items of raw materials, components, parts, work in progress or finished products that are held at a location in the supply chain. So, it is a major part of the ongoing business operations. So, in this sense, the part of inventories that are used in the business or that stock that is there at different locations are termed as of different types like raw materials. So, raw materials are those sub-assemblies, supplies or the items which is consumed during the process of production for making finished products, which goes into the production process and changes its forms to finished goods. So, all such stocks are known as raw material stock or raw material inventory. Next is purchased part and supplies. So, these are not the core raw material which find its use in changing its form to finished goods, but they are the supplementary or complementary items which is used in production process for making finished goods. So, stock of all these things are known as part and supplies inventory. And next one is finished goods inventory. As the word says, finished goods are the completed product which is ready to be sent to the market for final consumptions. So, all the stocks which are finished, which are completed and stored at warehouse or godown, which is finally to be sent to the distributors or to the marketers, are known as finished goods inventory. Then comes work in progress. So, work in progress are semi finished products which are still in the process of productions. So, at various stages of production cycles, there are different unfinished, semi finished goods which are piled up. The stock of all these items are work in progress inventory, which is partially completed product inventory in the company. Then comes tools and equipments. So, tools and equipments are those equipments which has a recurring use for ongoing production process. So, inventory of all these items are also necessary for smooth running of production process. So, stock or inventory, when I say, it means all these items, all these types which we collectively call as inventory in the business. We add one word to the inventory, which is management. As we all know, management is planning, organizing and controlling some aspect. So, here we are talking management in the sense of managing the inventory. So, the right quantity and quality of these inventories should be made available as and when required in the business process. So, management of this aspect is known as inventory management. In this regard, the economy in storage, handling, ordering, purchase price and the working capital management in inventory, all these aspects comes under management of inventory. So, management of inventory is a science which primarily talks about specifying the shape, percentage and placement of goods at various locations so as to efficiently use the inventory. Inventory management, while doing management of inventory, there are certain aspects that we consider. Number one is cost of not having inventory. So, while deciding the levels of inventory, when I say, it means the amount of inventory of various types which we need to held in the business, how much of raw material, how much of finished goods should be there at any point of time. So, deciding this level is important because we need to first consider if the item of raw material which is required is not there, then what will happen? There will be stock out position. So, what is the cost of this stock out position? अगर raw material proper नहीं है, stock out position है, then production will get halt, production रुक जाएगा and fixed cost will be there continuously running और production रुक जाएगा, then this is a loss for the company. Similarly, if the stock out position is there and at the end, that means finished goods inventories are not there, then what will happen? It will end up, we will end up either losing the sales or maybe losing the goodwill also. So not having inventory has a cost. So this is one aspect that need to be considered while managing the inventory. Another one is cost of going to the supplier, cost of drawing money. Cost of going to the supplier means if the optimal level is not managed or not there, then we have to rush for the emergency supplies or the emergency production, and it has a cost. We need to consider that also. Cost of holding and storing inventory. When inventory is piled up, then we need space to store the inventory. Number one, we need certain measures to keep inventory in safe and good positions, and also if inventory is there in the firm, then definitely some funds are blocked in the inventory. So fund means that money is invested in the business, because whatever money is invested in the business has a cost. So it has a opportunity cost. So all these aspects need to be considered, because when we say management or efficient management, that means cost should be minimized. So the holding cost, storing cost, and these cost in blocking the fund in inventory should also need to be considered while managing the inventory. Then there are price discounts also. If we want to use less space, less measures to protect the inventory, or less funds to be tied up in the inventory, then definitely we will go for keeping less inventory. But if inventory is less, then the order will be less. Order from us we will procure in less quantity, and so we may lose discounts there. So this aspects also need to be considered कि एक बार में कितना order या कितना procure किया जाए, so that we can enjoy all the discounts which is offered by supplier. Then our uses also. While managing the inventory, we must know the normal usage of inventory, maybe in a day or a week or so. And then deciding the level of inventories. Level of inventory means some safety levels should also be kept with the business, so that uncertain and contingent situations can be dealt with. So all these aspects need to be considered while we decide or while we do the management of inventory. And why it is important, what is the purpose of managing the inventory? Look, the purpose is very simple. As I told, inventory is a very major part of our ongoing business operations. For the manufacturing concerns, raw material and becomes the major current assets item for manufacturing concerns. Similarly, in trading firms also, all the stock which is there to resell is their inventory. So inventory is an important integral part of your operations. So inventory should be managed for sales growth, because right inventory at right place at the right time will increase the sales. Number one. Secondly, efficient management of inventory will definitely eliminate the wastage and reduce the cost, because if inventory will be managed efficiently, there will be less damage, less spoilage, and at optimal level you are not piled up with the inventory and no excess fund will be blocked in the inventory. So in this sense, cost will be reduced, and reduction in cost and increase in sales will definitely increase the profit, which is the profit maximization objective that will be achieved. So we care, or the inventory management should be there in the organization. Inventory is very evident. I have just extracted some news to show you the relevance of inventory. A company, BlackBerry, there were some headlines in 2013. It says BlackBerry cancels device launches, rising inventory cost hurt. Right. Second example is from Tata Steels. These were the headlines that Tata Power's Q3 profit slides 88% on coal inventory losses, and this is a huge figure. If profit slides 88% just for one item or one aspect, which is inventory losses. I have two more news from US. One is the Palm company, which formally reported that its quarterly number in June, the damage was because of because they have written off the excess inventory that was piled up because of unsold devices. So, here the company had the stock of finished goods which piled up and there was losses in the company. Next example is Home Depot. It's a large cap company in US. It said its unexpected earning decline is the consequences of higher than anticipated excess inventory. So, you can see how important it is there for production unit or production organization to maintain its inventory. Next topic is motives for holding inventory. So, these are three motives for which inventory should be held in the organization. Number one is transactionary motive. Transactionary motive means inventory is required for transaction purpose. That means it should be allocated, it should be required to be allocated to production department so that finished goods can be made. So, this aspect, for this aspect, when we held when we store the items or make inventory, this motive is transactionary motive. Second motive is precautionary motive. Not only for transaction, we may also require to store some of the inventory for precautionary, to meet out some contingent positions or to meet out some unexpected position in transportation or in supply chain. So, we may store some inventory of finished goods, raw material, work in progress, so for precautionary purpose also. Next one is speculative. Speculative motive means the inventory is held or the inventory is items are stored not for the purpose of immediate consumption, but for the purpose of consumption in the future. If it is expected that in future prices will rise, then a firm may buy inventory and store the inventory in anticipation of increase in price, so that in when prices increases, they already have the raw inventory at lower cost. So, this is a speculative motive. You can also connect it with a recent event where the crude oil prices declined. So, there are many companies, refineries, those which has purchased the crude for next 5 to 6 months consumptions, because prices are less there and we are expecting once the situation will be normal, then price will rise up again. So, this motive for holding inventory is speculative motive. This is very important slide. While managing the inventory, we must know what are the different inventory cost. So, we have a vision, or we can just visualize how the inventory is held up and how the inventory moves in an organization. So, the first part is the ordering cost. Whenever we procure raw material, we put some orders. So, there are some cost which is associated with ordering the inventory. The cost could be placing the order, then executing the order. So, this order cost increases with the increase in the number of orders. For example, एक simple सा example लेते हैं. The total consumption of inventory in an organization is let's say 12,000 units, right? पूरे साल भर में 12,000 units की requirement है. So, there could be one order, और एक ही order में हम total 12,000 units मंगा लें. So, one order, so cost will be at one time only, cost will be less. And there could be 12 orders also कि हर order में सिर्फ 1000 units मंगाए, और वो 1000 units store कम करनी पड़ेगी, पैसे एक बार में कम लगेंगे, उसकी सेफ कीपिंग और स्टोरेज और होल्डिंग कॉस्ट कम होगी. सो वी विल हैव टू मेक 12 ऑर्डर्स, क्योंकि हर बार हम 1000 मंगा रहे हैं, रिक्वायरमेंट इज 12. सो वी आर प्लेसिंग 12 टाइम्स द ऑर्डर इन द ईयर. सो ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट विल इंक्रीज. सो दिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉस्ट. हाउ मेनी टाइम यू वॉन्ट टू ऑर्डर, so as to manage the ordering cost. Next is receiving and inspection cost. This is again associated with ordering only. Every time when you order and procure the or replenish the inventory from your supplier, then there are certain costs associated with receiving and inspection of inventory cost also. Next is holding or carrying cost. As I told you, the number of items that we are storing as inventory, there are some holding and carrying cost. Holding cost is the cost of storage, insurance, security, warehouse rent, or some treatment that is to be required on the raw material. All those costs are cost are holding and carrying cost. Also, when the inventories are held, then some funds are also tied up. So, as we know, so whatever fund is invested in the business, whether it is in fixed assets or in inventory, we have certain cost on that fund. Cost of capital is there, जहाँ से भी वो पैसा आएगा inventory में लगाने के लिए. So it has a opportunity cost also. That cost is also considered as the carrying cost of the inventory. So the larger the inventory that we have in the organization, and so more will be the carrying cost, क्योंकि ज़्यादा पैसे ब्लॉक करने पड़ेंगे वहाँ पे, और ज़्यादा पैसे means the ROI will have to be more. नेक्स्ट इज द शॉर्टेज कॉस्ट और द स्टॉक आउट कॉस्ट जो मैंने बात की थी. दीज आर नॉट टेंजिबल कॉस्ट, ये दिखाई नहीं दे रही है, दीज आर हिडन कॉस्ट. बट डेफिनेटली इफ देर इज अ स्टॉक आउट पोजिशन, देन it has certain cost to the organization, and that cost is not just the sales that you lose because of not having the inventory or because of your production is halted, but it may be loss of goodwill and loss of customer forever also. So these are certain relevant inventory cost which we need to manage, and we will see in our further slides. We will see to manage these different costs here. Next aspect that I would like to pick is the approaches to inventory management. Before looking into the approaches, let us discuss about the trade-off of liquidity and profitability in managing any working capital items. So here we are talking about stock. So stocks, management of stock definitely is a trade-off between the liquidity and profitability. Trade-off means it's a tug of war. So if we want to have more liquidity, we will have to sacrifice some profit, और अगर हम profitability ज़्यादा रखना चाहते हैं तो हमें position tight रखनी पड़ेगी और liquidity पे थोड़ा सा sacrifice करना पड़ेगा. So this inventory management attitude of the manager can be of two type. कुछ manager हैं जो risk नहीं लेना चाहते हैं. So जो risk नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, they would like to have in more inventory at all the time, so that stock out position कभी आए ही नहीं, because they don't want to take risk. In that case what will happen, the cost will be more, because आप ज़्यादा inventory रख रहे हैं. So the holding cost, carrying cost and the fund blocking cost, all these costs are more. So profitability will be less, but what will be less is risk also. So less risk, less profit. It may be one approach. Another approach could be a manager is very aggressive in managing the inventory, तो वो inventory एकदम point to point बस एक optimal level पे रखता है जितनी उसे ज़रूरत है. At that point of time he is playing with the liquidity, वो बिल्कुल tight position पे काम कर रहा है, but at the same time profitability will be higher. So this we call as the trade-off between liquidity and profitability. In inventory management, a management has to make a balance between this liquidity and profitability. So in this regard, we have two approaches of inventory management. Number one is conservative approach and another one is aggressive approach. So in conservative approach, as I told you, a manager is conservative. Conservative in what? He don't want to take more risk. His risk appetite is very less. So what he will do? He will pile up more than what is required in the inventory. He will have a good safety stock so that कोई risk ना आए और कोई stock out position ना आए. But in that case, what will happen? More of his fund will be tied up in the inventory, and there will be a loss of profit. Excessive carrying cost will be there, and it is difficult to convert into cash sometimes. So उसको डैमेज और स्पॉइलेज ये सब चीज़ें भी ज़्यादा देखनी पड़ेगी इन कंजर्वेटिव अप्रोच. बट इन एग्रेसिव अप्रोच व्हाट द मैनेजर एटीट्यूड इज देयर, that he is ready to take up the stock out position because he knows that aggressively he will manage it, but he don't want to invest more in inventory or to increase the cost in storage, handling and damages and so. So in aggressive approach, production may get held up and there may be loss of labor hours and fixed cost will not find any productive hours. Failure to meet delivery commitment also, because sometimes if there are more demand in the market, अचानक से डिमांड ज़्यादा आ जाएगी तो मैनेजर इज़ नॉट रेडी टू टेक इट बिकॉज ही इज़ मैनेजिंग इन्वेंट्री वेरी टाइटली, वेरी एग्रेसिवली. सो दीज आर डिफरेंट टू अप्रोचेज ऑफ मैनेजिंग द इन्वेंट्री. To sum up with this whatever we have studied till now is the benefit of inventory. So we have seen benefit of inventory management is that we can hedge against uncertain demand. So management should be so that even if there are some uncertain demand, smooth operations can be carried out. Hedge against uncertain supply also. अगर raw material में भी कोई problem आ जाती है, transportation में problem, supplier के साथ problem, then also the firm is ready to deal with it. Then economy of all the costs, not only ordering cost, all the cost, and then smoothing. So summarize, we build and keep inventory in order to match supply and demand in most cost efficient manner and to achieve the higher profits, right? These are the benefit of inventory. Let us now move to another aspect of inventory management, the tools and techniques of managing inventory. Basically we will talk about these 6 tools and techniques of managing inventory. EOQ, which is economic order quantity, reorder point, ABC analysis, perpetual inventory system, WED analysis, FNSD analysis, and there are more included in the slides further. First we will take up ABC analysis. So ABC analysis is an inventory management tool where we are classifying our items of inventory in 3 categories, category A, category B and category C. So all the items of inventory, whether it is raw material, finished goods, they are categorized as A, B and C. Now what are these A, B and C and what are the criteria for classifying A, B and C? We will see further. ABC stand for always better control, but simply we call it ABC analysis. Now look at this table and then you will be able to just analyze that what is ABC analysis. Here there are 3 categories of inventory, A, B and C. Now look at the percentage unit of A. Out of 1000 total units, A has only 100 units, that means 10%. 30% B and 70% C. But when you see the price, out of 1 lakh rupees, 60,000, 60% is of A. That means A is a inventory category where the unit is less, the amount is less, but the fund involved or these are expensive items which forms a major cost of total inventory that is held with the company. So such items are A category items. Then comes B category item and C category item. C category items are in bulk, they are more in number, but in terms of value, that means the total price, they are less. Look here, 70% of the total inventory units are C category, but if you come at the value which is a total is 1 lakh, उसमें से सिर्फ 10% ही C है, 70% in number and only 10% in value. This type of classification is ABC analysis. Now what is the purpose of this ABC analysis? We will see further. First A item के बारे में बात करते हैं. A items are small in number but consume large amount of resources. So all the purpose of classifying item as A item is that it must have a tight control. Why? क्योंकि पैसे बहुत ज़्यादा लगे हैं. They are costlier items. They have rigid estimates of requirement. उनकी requirement की कितना optimal level हमें held करना है वो बहुत scientifically calculated होना चाहिए. क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे पैसे ज़्यादा लग रहे हैं उनको store करने में. Their supervision should be more strict and close watch. और जो हम measures ले रहे हैं उन inventory को protect करने के लिए वो A item category की inventory को ज़्यादा देना पड़ेगा. Reason being A category costly है and they are critical items. Low safety stock क्योंकि महंगा है and A item should be managed by top managers. So A category items हम ऐसे देख सकते हैं. For example in a diamond jewelry manufacturing firm, वहाँ पे भी बहुत सारी inventories होती है. So उनका एक जो डायमंड्स होते हैं जिससे ऑर्नामेंट्स बनेंगे, दैट दोज डायमंड्स आर वेरी कॉस्टली रॉ मटेरियल और वेरी कॉस्टली सप्लाईज दैट गोज इन मेकिंग द ज्वेलरी, सो दीज आर कंसिडर्ड एज ए आइटम देयर. बी आइटम्स आर इंटरमीडिएट, उनका वैल्यू ए जितना नहीं होता है, कम होता है, और उनका जो नंबर होता है वो भी इंटरमीडिएट होता है. उनको मॉडरेट कंट्रोल से भी मैनेज किया जा सकता है. ए को बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट कंट्रोल चाहिए और बी को मॉडरेट कंट्रोल से भी मैनेज किया जा सकता है. एंड द डिसीजन ऑफ देयर लेवल एंड देयर सेफ कीपिंग मे बी मैनेज्ड बाय मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर्स ऑल्सो. देन कम्स द सी आइटम. दे आर ऑर्डिनरी items and can be supervised or controlled by ordinary measures only. So these C items are left to production manager also, or maybe the lower level manager also, because they are not the costlier items, they have the major component in the total units in the inventory. So this is A, B and C. A greater degree of control is exercised to preserve A category item. A reasonable degree of care must be taken in order to control B category item, and a routine type of care need to be managed for C category item. So this analysis we call as ABC analysis. This is the extract of a real company's data that I have brought out here for you. Look here, A category item, the parts in number percentage is 21 only, but the uses value is 82.38% for A, for B and for C. So these are the parts name. So for part P23, G34 and G24, strict control will be required and routine control will be required for C category item. So this is one technique to manage and control the inventory. Next technique is economic order quantity. To understand economic order quantity, it is very important to understand the nature of cost of inventory that we have already discussed, the ordering cost or the holding cost. So economic order quantity is basically the quantity which is ordered per order. So जब हम order कर रहे हैं अपने supplier को, तो कितनी quantity order करना चाहिए? This is defined by EOQ. Look at this graph, right? There are two costs which has inverse relationship, ordering cost and holding cost. In x axis we have reorder quantity and y axis we have total cost. Now look here, जैसे जैसे रीऑर्डर क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज होती है वैसे वैसे ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट इंक्रीज होती है, क्योंकि अगर ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी में मंगाएंगे तो ऑर्डर कम देना पड़ेगा. द सेम एग्जांपल, 12,000 इज रिक्वायर्ड, अगर सिर्फ एक ही ऑर्डर देते हैं तो एक बार में ज़्यादा ऑर्डर करना पड़ेगा, सिर्फ 2 ऑर्डर देंगे तो एक बार में 6,000 ऑर्डर करना पड़ेगा. सो जितना ज़्यादा ऑर्डर होगा उतने ही ऑर्डर्स कम होंगे, और जितने ऑर्डर कम होंगे उतने ही ऑर्डर की कॉस्ट कम होगी. ऑन द अदर हैंड, अगर ऑर्डर की क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज होती है तो ऑर्डर कॉस्ट तो डिक्रीज होगी, लेकिन क्या इंक्रीज होगा इज द होल्डिंग कॉस्ट, क्योंकि जो ज़्यादा मंगाएंगे हम पर ऑर्डर उसको रखना पड़ेगा, उसको सेफ कीपिंग मेजर्स लेने पड़ेंगे, उसका इंश्योरेंस कराना पड़ेगा और हमारा पैसा भी वहाँ पे ब्लॉक होगा. सो विद द इंक्रीज इन नंबर, रीऑर्डर नंबर, holding cost will increase and ordering cost will decline. So we need to strike a balance between ordering cost and holding cost. So the point where ordering cost and holding cost meet is the lowest total cost point, and this point is EOQ. मीन्स हम यहाँ पे ग्राफ में जो EOQ दिखा रहा है, अगर इतनी क्वांटिटी हर बार ऑर्डर करते हैं, सो ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट एंड होल्डिंग कॉस्ट विल बी एफिशिएंट, विल बी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. सो दिस इज द पॉइंट वेयर इन दोनों कॉस्ट को मिला के जो टोटल कॉस्ट बनती है वो सबसे मिनिमम होती है. The good part here is we can find this EOQ with a mathematical formula. Mathematical formula I have written here for you, and its exercise or numerical illustration I will show you in my next video. So this is the formula for EOQ. I will explain it to you later on. Next technique is WED analysis. WED analysis is similar to ABC analysis, but ABC is generally for raw material and other parts, and WED analysis is for supplies. Wet analysis is used mainly for control of spare parts, where V stand for vital, E stand for essential, and D stand for desirable. So we are again categorizing the category into 3 parts. So जो V part की category होगी, this it is vital inventory. Vital क्या होती है inventory? The absence of these parts will immediately affect the production. इनके बिना आप 1 घंटे भी प्रोडक्शन नहीं चला सकते हैं, ऐसे पार्ट्स को हम कहते हैं वी पार्ट. देन देयर आर सम एसेंशियल पार्ट्स जिसके बिना हम कुछ घंटे या कुछ दिन चला सकते हैं, उन पार्ट को हम बोलते हैं एसेंशियल पार्ट्स. एंड देयर आर सर्टेन पार्ट्स जिसके बिना हम कुछ दिनों तक प्रोडक्शन और आगे चला सकते हैं, जो बहुत क्रिटिकल नहीं है, उन पार्ट्स को हम कहते हैं डिजायरेबल पार्ट्स. सो वी आर अगेन कैटेगराइजिंग द इन्वेंट्री इनटू 3 पार्ट्स: vital, essential and desirable, same as ABC. But in ABC analysis, classification is done on the basis of the value, their total money value, but here the classification is done on the basis of their relation to plant operation, कि plant के operation में कितना vital है, कितना essential है या कितना desirable है. Next classification is FNSD analysis. F stand for fast moving, N stand for normal moving, S stand for slow moving and D stand for dead stock. So this is based on inventory turnover, कि कितनी जल्दी जल्दी inventory move हो रही है और कितनी जल्दी जल्दी वो use हो रही है और उसे वापस से रिप्लेनिश करना पड़ रहा है. जो इन्वेंट्री सबसे ज़्यादा मूव होती है, जिनको जल्दी जल्दी प्रोडक्शन में यूज़ किया जाता है और रिकरिंग और बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली जिन्हें ऑर्डर करके रिप्लेनिश किया जाता है, उन्हें हम फास्ट मूविंग कहते हैं. एंड देयर आर समटाइम्स सर्टेन इन्वेंट्री जो बहुत दिनों से यूज़ ही नहीं हुई है, उन्हें हम कहते हैं डेड स्टॉक्स. नॉर्मली इन ट्रेडिंग फर्म्स कई बार हमारे पास डेड स्टॉक बच जाता है जिसके अब मार्केट में डिमांड नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे पास पड़ा हुआ है जो अब बिक नहीं रहा है, दोज स्टॉक्स आर डेड स्टॉक्स. सो वी क्लासिफाई इन्वेंट्री एज FNSD. Under this technique, inventory is classified into these four category, and it is based on the movement of inventory. Stocks are generally consumed in short period of time, so there should be some efforts that should be made to ensure that no stock out occurs. So अब ये जो fast moving stock है, इनकी जो pile up है, इनका जो inventory का level है, it need to be managed very efficiently because they are fast moving. So this is how we are controlling the inventory by classifying them as FNSD. So हमें कौन सी कितनी रखने की ज़रूरत है, किसमें कितना फोकस करने की ज़रूरत है, ये हम आराम से कर सकते हैं if we classify on the basis of fast moving, slow, normal moving, slow moving or dormant inventory. Similar to that, according to the requirement, there may be different other measures also. It may be XYZ. ABC we have already discussed. XYZ means high stored value है, वो high है, medium है या low है. HML is based on the unit value. Unit means items कितने हैं, it may be high, medium or low. Then there is FNS also, that we have already discussed, FNSD. SOS classification is also there. FNS classification is generally for agriculture commodity, where we classify commodity as seasonal and non-seasonal commodity. SDF classification is also there for inventory control. SDF stands for scared, difficult and easy. This is based on the procurement of inventory. If it is scarcely available, तो उसके लिए फिर अलग टाइप के measures लेने हैं उसको मैनेजमेंट करने के लिए. इफ़ इट इज़ वाइडली एंड ईजिली अवेलेबल सम इन्वेंट्री आइटम्स, तो उसके मेजर्स के तरीके अलग होंगे. देन देर मे बी वन मोर क्लासिफिकेशन विच इज़ गोल्फ, GOLF, गोल्फ क्लासिफिकेशन, एंड दिस इज़ बेस्ड ऑन द सोर्स ऑफ सप्लाई, वेदर इट इज़ फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट सोर्स या ऑर्डिनरी अवेलेबल या लोकल अवेलेबल या फॉरेन available items. So according to that we can also classify inventory. So the point here is, depending upon the nature of the business and the nature of inventory that is used in the business, the firm should classify the inventory for better inventory control. So this was inventory management. Let us discuss some part of turnover ratios also and its implication. So turnover ratio is nothing but it is how many times or how many cycles we have moved our inventory in a year. So it indicates the efficiency of handling the inventory. So inventory turnover ratio can be calculated with a formula. It is cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory. And what does this number shows? This number shows the time, number of times we have use द इन्वेंट्री और वी हैव हमने वो इन्वेंट्री का चक्का चलाया है पूरे साल भर में. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ द इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर रेशियो इज 4, इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर रेशियो 4 टाइम्स मीन्स दैट साल में 4 बार हमने इन्वेंट्री मंगाई, उसे यूज़ किया, फिर मंगाई, फिर उसे यूज़ किया. इसका मतलब जितनी रिक्वायरमेंट साल में थी वो हम 4 बार 1/4 मंगा के हमने उसे पूरा कर लिया. सो इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर इज 4. ये इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर का इंटरप्रिटेशन है. अगर इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर लो है, इफ अ कंपनी हैज़ लो इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर, दैट मीन्स देयर मूवमेंट ऑफ इन्वेंट्री और इन्वेंट्री जल्दी से ख़त्म होके वापस मंगाने का जो साइकिल है, इट इज़ लो. इट सिंपली मीन्स that it may indicate that there is inefficiency in using the inventory, or the firm may have excess inventory, इसलिए उनका turnover low है. These are the ratios which indicate the efficiency of managing this asset, which is inventory. So inventory turnover is basically the ratio to indicate the efficiency in the management of inventory. In case inventory turnover ratio high है, that indicates either the firm has a strong sales or they have very efficient stocking, jaldi fast moving है good. Or on the contrary, it also indicates that the firm may have shortage also because they have insufficient buying, क्योंकि वो जल्दी रिप्लेनिश कर रहे हैं, ख़त्म हो रही है फिर रिप्लेनिश कर रहे हैं, तो they may have insufficient buying which may lead to stock out position at some point of time also. So these are different interpretation of inventory turnover ratios. Let us quickly talk about inventory levels also. Inventory levels means कौन से levels हैं जिसके ऊपर इन्वेंट्री पे बात की जाती है या मैनेज की जाती है. बिफोर नोइंग इन्वेंट्री लेवल्स, लेट अस टॉक अबाउट सम इम्पॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट्स इन इन्वेंट्री लेवल. नंबर 1 इज कंजम्पशन रेट. कंजम्पशन रेट इज द नॉर्मल यूजेस पर डे, पर वीक और पर ईयर, राइट. और ये नॉर्मल यूजेस हम निकालते कैसे हैं? किसी भी पर्टिकुलर डे में फॉर एग्जांपल मैक्सिमम यूज़ कितना हो सकता है और मिनिमम यूज़ कितना हो सकता है, उसका जब एवरेज निकाल लेंगे दैट बिकम्स आवर नॉर्मल कंजम्पशन पर डे. वी नीड टू नो दिस नॉर्मल कंजम्पशन सो दैट हम लेवल फिक्स कर सकें कि एक इन्वेंट्री कितनी मैक्सिमम स्टॉक कर सकते हैं हम या मिनिमम लेवल कौन सा है. सो वो कंजम्पशन रेट पे डिपेंड करता है, नंबर 1. सेकेंड वन इज द रीऑर्डर पीरियड. रीऑर्डर पीरियड इज द टाइम पीरियड बिटवीन द मटेरियल ऑर्डर्ड एंड मटेरियल रिसीव्ड. जब ऑर्डर देते हैं और जब ऑर्डर हमारे पास स्टोर में आता है, वो पीरियड, एवरेज पीरियड कितना है, दैट इज योर रीऑर्डर पीरियड. नेक्स्ट इज द क्वांटिटी. क्वांटिटी इज नथिंग बट इट इज़ द ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी ओनली, कि एक बार जब ऑर्डर देते हैं तो कितना ऑर्डर देते हैं, कितने यूनिट्स का ऑर्डर देते हैं, दैट इज योर रीऑर्डर लेवल. देन योर लीड टाइम. सो लीड टाइम इज द process time to order an inventory. Process time means is time to process the order, and time is also required by the supplier to execute the order. So this is not a reorder period, it is lead period, कि हमने ऑर्डर दिया, ऑर्डर एग्जीक्यूट हुआ और फाइनली एक्सेप्ट होके सप्लायर ने भेजा. ये जो टाइम है दिस वी कॉल एज लीड टाइम. नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट लेवल्स. फर्स्ट लेवल इज डेंजर लेवल और सेफ्टी लेवल. सेफ्टी लेवल्स मीन्स एक ऐसा लेवल जो हमारे मिनिमम लेवल, मिनिमम स्टॉक हमें जितना मैनेज करना चाहिए उससे भी नीचे का एक पॉइंट होता है, जो स्टॉक हर टाइम फर्म के पास होना चाहिए टू मीट आउट एनी कॉन्टीजेंट पोजीशन. सो इन केस कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गई सप्लाईज आने में या कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गई सप्लायर के एंड में या ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के एंड में, तो थोड़े दिनों के लिए या थोड़े टाइम के लिए वो मैनेज की जा सके, ऐसा जो लेवल होता है उसको हम कहते हैं सेफ्टी लेवल या डेंजर लेवल्स. सो द स्टेप शुड बी टेकन टू रिप्लेनिश द स्टॉक इवन इफ मोर कॉस्ट इज इनकर्ड इज अरेंजिंग दिस मटेरियल. जब सेफ्टी स्टॉक तक पहुंच जाता है स्टॉक का लेवल, तब फर्म को इमीडिएट स्टेप लेना होगा टू रिप्लेनिश द स्टॉक. सो दिस इज द लेवल विच इज एट द लोवेस्ट पॉइंट. इससे नीचे फर्म को पहुंचना ही नहीं है. इस तक पहुंचते ही दे हैव टू टेक इमीडिएट स्टेप और किसी भी तरह से मटेरियल और इन्वेंट्री को वापस लेके आए. नेक्स्ट इज द रीऑर्डर लेवल. रीऑर्डर लेवल मतलब जब इन्वेंट्री का लेवल इस पॉइंट पे पहुंचता है, रीऑर्डर पॉइंट पे, सो दिस इज द टाइम व्हेन यू प्लेस फ्रेश ऑर्डर. सो जब इन्वेंट्री आपके पास है फॉर एग्जाम्पल और आपने यूज़ करनी शुरू की, कंज्यूम करनी शुरू की, ख़त्म होते होते जब वो एक पॉइंट पे पहुंचती है, रीऑर्डर पॉइंट पे, सो दिस इज द टाइम व्हेन यू शुड प्लेस द फ्रेश ऑर्डर, सो दैट जब तक वो फ्रेश ऑर्डर आए तब तक आपके पास उतना आइटम नीचे बचा हुआ हो. क्योंकि जब पूरा शून्य हो जाएगा, जीरो हो जाएगा और तब हम प्लेस करेंगे, तो ये जो बीच का टाइम है, इस बीच में क्या करेंगे प्रोडक्शन के साथ. सो वी नीड टू प्लेस द ऑर्डर प्रायर, पहले प्लेस करना होगा. और कब प्लेस करना होगा? जब इन्वेंट्री का लेवल कहाँ पहुंचे? रीऑर्डर लेवल पे पहुंचे. नेक्स्ट इज द मिनिमम लेवल. रीऑर्डर से नीचे एक और लेवल होता है मिनिमम लेवल. मिनिमम लेवल से नीचे कभी भी इन्वेंट्री फॉल नहीं करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि मिनिमम लेवल के नीचे जाएंगे तो फिर सेफ्टी स्टॉक पे पहुंच जाएंगे. सो जैसे ही मिनिमम स्टॉक पहुंचते हैं तो वो दिन, वो पॉइंट ऐसा होना चाहिए जिस दिन हमारे पास फ्रेश स्टॉक आ जाए. दैट पॉइंट इज मिनिमम लेवल. सिमिलरली वी हैव मैक्सिमम स्टॉक ऑल्सो, जिससे ऊपर कभी भी इन्वेंट्री को होल्ड नहीं करना है. अगर उससे ऊपर इन्वेंट्री हेल्ड है, दैट मीन्स वी आर कैरिंग एक्सेसिव इन्वेंट्री विच इज़ नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, विच इज़ अननेसेसरीली पाइल्ड अप और हमारी कॉस्ट इंक्रीज हो रही है. सो अगर ये चार जो स्टॉक के लेवल्स हैं आप यहाँ पे देखें इस फिगर में, सो द टॉप 800 यूनिट्स जो यहाँ पे दिख रही है, दिस 800 यूनिट्स इज मैक्सिमम लेवल ऑफ इन्वेंट्री. सो इससे ऊपर कभी भी इन्वेंट्री का पॉइंट नहीं जा रहा है. देन दिस ग्रीन लाइन इज रीऑर्डर लेवल. तो जैसे ही इस ग्रीन लाइन पे इन्वेंट्री पहुंचती है, फ्रेश ऑर्डर प्लेस हो जाता है. फ्रेश ऑर्डर प्लेस होने के बाद भी देखिए इन्वेंट्री नीचे जा रही है और रेड लाइन इज मिनिमम स्टॉक, मिनिमम लेवल. तो जब रेड लाइन पे मिनिमम लेवल पे पहुंचती है तो ये वो दिन है जो हम ऑर्डर ऑलरेडी दे चुके हैं और उस दिन हमारे पास इन्वेंट्री आ जाएगी. और कितनी आएगी कि वो वापस मैक्सिमम तक पहुंचा देगी हमारे इन्वेंट्री के लेवल्स, हमारी इन्वेंट्री के आइटम्स को. फिर वी विल स्टार्ट अगेन यूजिंग, हम फिर यूज़ करना शुरू करेंगे कुछ वीक्स के लिए, और जब यूज़ करते करते फिर से ग्रीन लाइन तक पहुंचेगी, फिर से नया ऑर्डर प्लेस हो जाएगा और जब तक नया ऑर्डर आएगा तब तक हम कहाँ तक पहुंचेंगे? मिनिमम ऑर्डर तक. सो दिस इज नोन एज इन्वेंट्री लेवल्स. इस ग्रीन लाइन से लेके जीरो लाइन तक, जी शून्य तक, ये वाला जो पार्ट है, दिस इज आर सेफ्टी स्टॉक और बफर स्टॉक. सो अगर मिनिमम से कई बार नीचे पहुंच गई क्योंकि ऑर्डर आने में लेट हो गया, तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं? अपने सेफ्टी स्टॉक को यूज कर रहे हैं, जो सिचुएशन जनरली आनी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि वो हमने कॉन्टीजेंसी के लिए रख रखी है. क्योंकि हमने लेवल कैसे मैनेज कर रखा है कि जब तक हम मिनिमम तक पहुंचे तब हमारे पास फ्रेश स्टॉक की डिलीवरी स्टोर में आ जाए और हम फिर मैक्सिमम तक पहुंच जाएं. सो दीज आर डेफिनेटली कैलकुलेटेड यूजिंग सम फॉर्मूला, बट आजकल इसके लिए सॉफ्टवेयर्स भी आते हैं. द लास्ट टॉपिक here is the method of inventory. Method of inventory management is definitely not the method of inventory management, it is method of inventory calculation basically. दो मेथड है कैलकुलेशन के. वन इज द पीरियोडिक सिस्टम. पीरियोडिक सिस्टम में क्या हो रहा है? देयर इज फिजिकल काउंटिंग ऑफ द इन्वेंट्री एट सर्टन पीरियड. सो पीरियड फिक्स कर दिया गया कि वीक में एक बार फिजिकल काउंटिंग होगी और स्टॉक रजिस्टर से टैली होगा. सो ओकेजनली फिजिकल काउंटिंग इज डन टू एंश्योर द लेवल ऑफ इन्वेंट्री एंड कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड. सो इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि फिजिकल काउंटिंग इज समटाइम इज डिफिकल्ट, और जो हमारे पास डेटा होता है स्टॉक रजिस्टर में, इट इज़ नॉट फ्रेश एंड एक्यूरेट. क्यों? क्योंकि जो पीरियड स्पेसिफाइड है, इट मे बी वंस अ मंथ, वंस अ वीक. सो दिस इज पीरियोडिक सिस्टम. पर आजकल क्या हो रहा है? परपेचुअल इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम. इन परपेचुअल इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम इट इज़ कंटिन्यूसली अपडेटिंग द इनफ्लो एंड आउटफ्लो. तो इनबाउंड और आउटबाउंड जब भी हो रहा है इन्वेंट्री, जब जैसे ही होता है वैसे ही कंटिन्यूसली स्टोर रजिस्टर्स अपडेट हो जाते हैं. सो दिस सिस्टम इज परपेचुअल इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम एंड दिस डेज इट इज़ इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ सम सॉफ्टवेयर. तो जब भी प्रोडक्शन को इशू कर रहे हैं या नई सप्लाईज आ रही है, सो immediately electronically the registers are updated. So we are saying that the calculation system, inventory calculation system is perpetual, means continuous. लेकिन अगर फिजिकल काउंटिंग होके फ्रीक्वेंटली किसी ड्यूरेशन ऑफ टाइम पे होता है तो इट इज़ पीरियोडिक इन्वेंट्री कंट्रोल सिस्टम. दीज आर सम ऑफ द टॉप मोस्ट पॉपुलर इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट सॉफ्टवेयर्स दैट आर यूज्ड दीज डेज. इन्वेंट्री सॉफ्टवेयर के लिए अलग से ट्रेनिंग होती है एंड दी सॉफ्टवेयर्स आर ERP सॉफ्टवेयर्स जहाँ पे जितने कंट्रोलिंग मैकेनिज्म टेक्निक्स और लेवल्स मैंने बताए हैं एवरीथिंग इज बिल्ट अप देयर यू जस्ट नीड टू put in the data and inventory management will be done by system, right? So this is all about inventory management system. EOQ and maybe inventory turnover ratio will be taking up numerical illustration in next class. Thank you.